Being a boy in the 80s meant spending your money on amusements, Mambo and marijuana. Not for Nick Halleck, though. He grew up in the burbs and by the age of 17 had saved $30,000 from teaching guitar. He clearly knew how to charge.
He made a career from his love of music, but more importantly, he wisely invested his earnings. Thanks to his skill at both, he never needs to work again and is free to pursue his major passion, thrill-seeking adventures. Good morning, Nick.
Morning, Nick.
How are you? Good morning.
When did you sit back and go, hey, I've got enough money to do whatever the heck I want to do?
It's very interesting. See, I invested very, very wisely. I was involved in the music industry, and invested very wisely. I had a lot of invested
You
a lot
didn't
of
invest in the
properties.
music business, did you?
Well, I mean, the music industry was a great time, a great experience to, like, you know, to be entertaining and be on stage and record. But you know, money, I guess I invested in property and the stock market, what have you, and got to the point where I was earning more out of my investments than what I was earning out of the music industry.
It was
It's
interesting.
kind of rare because most of the musicians seem to blow all their dough
I
on
know,
drugs.
get up in the afternoon, go to sound check, and oh my God, I can't believe it.
Where's that? That's you on the right, is it?
That's me there with the open chest, the bitch.
Nice hair.
Wow, no way.
I was interested to read about you that you never buy anything that depreciates.
Yeah, I've always had a rule. Anything that moves is a liability.
Anything that moves.
Is a liability. Unless it's one of those like Picasso art pieces or something. But realistically, I mean, you know, it's got to be bolted to the ground in order for it to
So you mean
appreciate.
you won't buy cars, you won't buy horses, you won't buy cattle, things like
No,
that?
absolutely not. I mean, a car, if it gets given to me, fine. But until then, hey, I'll have a personal driver or something. But
So you don't have a, you know...
I don't have a car, no. Yeah, I drive. I do have a...
Lamborghini?
No, you know what? I was being interviewed by a producer in London just recently. They go, so what do you got? You're a Maserati. You're an Aston Martin. And I go, no. It's like, so how do you get around? I go, I just cab it if I need to, you know. But I'm just, you know, like stock market for cash flow. The property for capital growth, and I also invest like internet businesses too, and other businesses too. So I'm very business minded too.
Well, you know what I find extraordinary about you in reading the notes? That you don't classify yourself as a risk taker financially, and yet really your great passion is throwing yourself off a cliff or, you know, flying to the moon.
With the Russians.
Yeah.
That's a risky adventure.
But I mean, it's all about calculated risk too. And the thing is, I would rather like a mosaic of different experiences, like, you know, like kaleidoscope of different chapters in my life. I mean, because I want to reflect back on my life and I want to respect myself in regards to, like, just, you know, pushing the envelope.
This is one heck of a mosaic that we're looking at now.
This is the MiG, is
I
it?
flew to the edge of space, and I actually enrolled in the Russian Orbital Space Program in 2003, which I am still training there to become a fully qualified astronaut, or the Russians want to call you a cosmonaut, I guess.
Where will that take you? I mean,
basically, my next goal is basically 500,000 feet, and then the next goal for there would be the ISS, the International Space Station, and obviously the other climax will be the going lunar in the next 10 years.
But how
I know,
That's great,
that's the pinnacle of life. I mean, going to the moon and blocking out the Earth with your thumb. How cool is that?
How feasible is that for a public individual like yourself, though? Can it really be achieved?
Well, there is no such thing as the sky's the limit, because anything is possible. I mean, I wrote the screenplay to my life. All I'm doing now is I'm just acting it out.
Right.
Yeah, but you didn't come from money. I mean, it's not like you were brought up in a wealthy family.
I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. By the time I was born, the money ran out. So I think I was very independent, but I was very like disciplined in regards to fiscal-wise, like money and all, what have you.
Yeah.
But I always knew what I wanted. You know, it's like, and that belief system was very, very, very strong. And you know, it's principles and a very solid foundation.
Would you say that your passion has become your business?
You know what I says now? Because is
that wise?
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. I mean, whatever puts a smile on your face, I think just go for that. That is the most pivotal thing in life. See, it's doing something by choice as opposed to doing something by necessity.
Right, yeah.
But see, I'm just worried that your risky adventures are getting riskier. I mean, you've climbed Aconcagua.
And the next one is trying to beat the previous one.
Well, that's right, and then, you know, really you've only got a few ahead of that. So you've got Everest and what else is ahead of...
Well, you want to hear about the North Pole? That's the latest one.
Oh, that's right. Now,
This is fascinating.
no one has done this before.
Well, no one's been done it. The Russians are actually doing some scientific studies right now. What we're looking at doing is this. I mean, you know about the North Pole, it's like it's just a floating bed of ice about 5 meters thick. See, most individuals have, like, you know, have gone to the North Pole, have actually been to the synthetic North Pole. That is basically on the ice bed, and that drifts about 20 kilometres all the way. But no one's actually drilled a hole through the ice and actually gone down to the bottom of the seabed where the real 90 degrees north is. That's North Pole.
Yeah, so...
And that's 15,000 feet. And because I've done the Titanic, The Titanic lies at about 14,000 feet, and we're going to utilise the same submersible that I used for the Titanic expedition to do the other North Pole.
Do you fund this?
See, and I believe you.
I'm part of a group of individuals now, and we're actually going to pursue this quite seriously.
What would that cost, an expedition like that?
In probably 5 years' time, if it became a commercial venture, probably about $100,000 a ticket.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What are you worth?
What am I worth?
That's quite a question.
I think my value is, I guess, how many chapters my life has written. That's basically how I view it.
Nicely avoided. Nicely avoided.
The cash flow on ice tour, let's talk
Yeah.
about that. You want to take kids with you, don't you?
Well, I think teenagers, right, they're our next generation, right? We're looking for leaders in this country, right? So what we're doing is this. We want to find 50 amazing teenagers in this country who have already shown leadership qualities and are very, very empowered. And basically what I want to do is this. I want to provide physical education with them. You know, take them on the ice, you know, leadership empowerment skills, how to become a better leader, you know, raise the ante, raise the bar, and then have them go back into society and be like a beacon of light for like other teenagers.
So you say give them fiscal skills.
Physical skills, just like, you know, discipline, like, you know, regarding investment, you know, how to become an entrepreneur, how to become a business leader, and what have you.
Do you think that we're educating that out of our children at school? We're educating them out of creativity?
Personally, I think the educational system in Australia is obsolete. Yeah, that's just my perspective on it, because it really just teaches you how to get a job.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
and effectively, you're being reliant on somebody else but yourself. I think the most qualified person is ourselves, but we don't invest enough time in ourselves. And there are far too many, I will say, very irrelevant subjects at school. And I think we just need to learn better monetary skills, better fiscal discipline. And we need to, like, just, you know, be very goal. You know, we need ambitions, and we need to be held accountable to our goals. Most importantly.
Well, so this cash flow on ice, you want to take 50 teenagers.
Well,
why do you want to
we already take clients right now, like, and most of our clients, would you believe it, are baby boomers.
Are they?
And that's really interesting. When you look at the demographics now, these are baby boomers wanting to restore the financial balance back in their lives. Now, what if you talk teenagers? Now, by 21, do you think they'll be very, very independent and financially independent in their later 20s, perhaps? See, that's the best time to, like, embrace and take on new strategies, you know, harness new energies and, like, you know, opportunities and what have you.
We're talking about these baby boomers. What mistakes do you find collectively
because
that they've
they were
made?
never taught
The
by
basics.
anybody. I mean, all they were taught was this, like, they'll probably go to school, get a degree to learn how to get a better job. And effectively, guess what? Irrespective whether you're in, like, $30,000 or $400,000, it means nothing.
How did you learn all this?
See, I'm very self-taught. Did I make mistakes? Absolutely. You know, but if I can assist somebody how to fine-tune it and expedite the process, absolutely. But I mean, when I was learning this particular procedure, I mean, there was nobody actually, like, took me down and actually walked me through the process. I had to go out there and research it, you know, but I never gave up. I cut every sign of a tree, and I just gave myself permission to succeed. But most importantly, I had a very, very strong belief system, and I knew what I wanted. And I would not stop until I got it.
Why do you want to take this group to the ice, though?
Well,
How does, I mean, that obviously enhances the experience.
absolutely, but a different environment altogether. I mean, like most Australians, they go on holidays, right? You start to, like, do a stock take in your life. You got time to think. True?
True.
Imagine if you took somebody to, like, the most exotic location in the world, like Antarctica. And it's, you know, with the whole thing with the Inconvenient Truth and Al Gore, it's, you know, we've all raised our level of awareness to Antarctica. But taken to a whole new environment, you know, and having them experience a paradigm shift, like a change of thought patterns. You know, the way they reflect upon themselves. And basically their true identity will be revealed to them.
Does risk-taking help people do that, do you think?
I think all it means is just, look, it's calculated risk. But unless you challenge yourself, I mean, nothing's going to change. It's the law of diminishing intent, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. But you need to challenge yourself.
I'm wondering, I mean, everything, you seem to have your life so together in so many ways, and yet you don't have a partner in your life. What's wrong with you?
Well, you know, I'm not married. You know, I look forward to the joys of fatherhood at a later stage in my life, but at this stage, I'm not focused in regards to the marriage aspect right now. So,
Are you always checking yourself? I mean, it's
absolutely,
interesting.
I'm thinking every day.
You take people to extreme locations, which travellers realise this, don't they?
Absolutely.
It's an opportunity for a personal stock take. Is that constantly going on in your
Absolutely, every day. I mean, it's like, you know, I want to go to bed and I want to embrace, like, new distinctions every day of my life. You know, because in life you either progress or by law you regress. And if you're absolutely idle, you're regressing, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I think it's just, I'm looking for new colours. I'm thinking of new adventures, like new business ideas and what have you. But I just want more people to like embrace this, and I want to assist people. I want to nurture them in regards to like finding their real identity and what their cause is in life. I mean, we're all here for a specific reason. And we are the result of every decision that we make.
All right, well, if you would like to be one of those lucky teenagers, you need to, I think we had the address on the screen before.
Because
we've got the voice for teenagers too, and for like baby boomers who want to be educated, absolutely, yes, we've got caseflownice.com.
Fantastic. I'll come on your next one. It just won't be in a Russian MiG. Nick, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to
Thank you
meet
so
you.
much.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.